Hey guys, TheGamingSandwich here. So I'm going to do a little bit of a preview on what is one of the projects I've been working on. So you saw my, if you did see the Shaddoll profile editor. So I've done some tweaking with it over the last week or so. So I've come up with like a kind of a more refined build, which I'm going to go through like the ideas with it now. So this is what I'm going to call like your kind of, not your staples, but more kind of like it doesn't fit a theme, but it's there as generic. So we have free math. So mathematician dumps your any of your Shaddoll monsters, obviously apart from any level 4 or higher. So you can't. Sorry, any higher than level 4 you can't. So obviously when the new one comes out, when Hell comes out, you can't do that. Use that. But the idea is for this one, you like it for the instant, fin your deck, and then obviously if it's sort of about, you get draw a card, which again is useful. So really good there. For generics, again, we're just running free Super Poly. You're running a deck which runs loads of fusions. Super Poly is great. It's out a lot of things, especially something, say, like Crusader Avamax or Red Ice Dragoon or Borrowloads Savage. So next, running one Lost Wind. One Lost Wind is fine. You can upgrade this if you want to a Titanicider. This I feel is optional. So, but I just like it just because it just negates. Next is your one dogmatic punishment. I don't feel you need more than two. Two seems fine. I just like it because how it is, but I don't like the fact you can't so much just for the extra deck. So for me, one just personally, it's a personal deck, so that's fine. So next we're going to go on to your Shaddoll. So there's quite a few Shaddolls here. So run three of your Wendy. Three is a must. She just fins your deck and sets monsters. Amazing card Wendy is. So love the Wendy. Two Hog. It's most likely I think you're going to summon off Wendy, so that's fine. You'll use its effect to either add the spell or trap. If it gets into the graveyard, you can use it to search for another Shaddoll monster, which is really good. Two Falco. Obviously it can reset itself, so if it's sent to the graveyard, set, that's fine. When obviously flipped, you get to summon another one. Its effect as a tuner is also really, really useful, so yeah, really, really nice. We run two Squamata because deck fitting is good. Sometimes you just need that spell and trap in the graveyard, so this comes in useful for that. Its destroy effect doesn't crop up too often, but occasionally it has been useful. Now, controversial, Kidos. So sometimes if you need to, you can set it, and then obviously you can summon another one from hand. I've had to do it once when I had a beast in hand, and it was just useful to get that out. I personally like this because this is your main out Dragoon, so with me, I personally use the chain links of ordering. If I have Hedgehog and this in the deck, and I use Shaddoll Fusion, I will send Hedgehog and I'll order the chain links as construct this Hedgehog. Hedgehog will add something quite usually about level 4. This will happen. So then you'll do that. Then construct will activate. Then on resolution of the separate chain link, this will happen. You'll discard the card you drew. Normally I usually choose Dragon. Dragon will pop a spell and trap card, and then construct is 32, and that beats over Dragoon. So yeah, very useful these days. Dragon, as I discussed before, the bounce is useful when flipping it, but the spell and trap effect is really what you're running it for. Aerial, I only run one as I don't run a Schism. Shoot me. I'm not saying I don't recommend running Schism. I actually do recommend running Schism, but I don't have one. So if I did, I'd probably run a second aerial. But just for the moment, the spell and trap removal is really good. Base just your deck fitting of like drawing two or either drawing one card, depending on what you do with them. So it's good. Two Shaddoll Fusion. I feel two's fine because you're running free Super Poly. That's just a personal thing. If you want to run more, you're fine to. I just find that because you're running free Super Poly, this becomes more of a dead draw. 2L. L's great. Just battle phase manipulation is always fun. 2 Resh. Yeah, just flipping your monsters on your opponent's turn is really good just to get those extra effects off. And then if you are doing it, just summoning one from the graveyard is just insane. Love it. Does trigger a load of good effects as well. So one core's great. Core's awesome. Core is like my lovely little monster that I keep forgetting how good you really are. But yeah, Core's so cool just because of the adding back to the hand. and occasionally it actually has been useful as a trap monster. So next part we still run a mini Paleozoic package, not a big one these days, but just kind of a small one. So running 3 Dynamiscus, your obvious one, just your banish, and it obviously triggers your Shaddoll effect. So again, really good. We on 1 Mirabella, just because it fins your deck and you can send core off it, or you can send Lost Wind. It's just a really nice, generally good card. And then we run 1 Canadia, because Canadia is just like Book of Moon, and it does help you out occasionally. I think Canadia is really an open slot. I just like it just because I prefer another name. So, and then we'll go to the new part of the deck, which I'm running 2 Eldlich the Golden Lord. You can send this off Shaddoll Fusion to get it in the graveyard. There are also other ways of doing it. Just it becoming a 3500 beater by summoning it with its own effect is really, really useful. And the fact you can send it in a spell or trap to light, you literally send a card on the field to the graveyard. Again, really, really useful. Next, we are running 3 Elixir. Just again, a good way to thin the deck, get out, stop yourself from being killed. Yes, okay, it does lock you into zombies, but you do have to play around that. So, again, a really good card. Next we are playing 2 of this guy, as I like to call them, the Pirates of the Caribbean. So, retro shout. Yeah, I just like it again because they're light. It's another target if you've got Shaddoll Fusion for Construct, which again is a good thing for me. I do like the fact it banishes. That's just a personal preference. I just like getting things out of people's graveyards. I find that quite useful at the moment, so that's me. And then 1 Guardian, because Guardian has become clutch, where I've just literally nearly lost the game and just reduced the monster's attack to 0. So again, plus it's got a big 2500 booty, so yes, running him over isn't that easy. So that's the deck. That is a solid 40 cards, so yeah, really good. I'm happy with that so far. Testing is working really well. So for the extra deck, we're running 1 Link Construct. I think 1 is fine. 1, 2, 3 regular Construct. So yeah, just great. Destroys things by battle. Just anything that's special summoned by battle destroys them instantly. Love it. Basically very similar to Allied Justice Catasta, but anything, which is really good. Filling your deck of a monster when it's summoned, again, it's really, really useful. So to make this with Shaddoll Fusion, you can either send your Kelios or you can send your Golden Lords. So really good. Just the recursion you get off this thing is insane. Like literally, you can play Shaddoll Fusion and you can play Shaddoll Fusion and just get like a big board out. It's so good. Thank you, Construct. To Apple Clown, because we're not running, more than 1 Dogmatic Punishment, I don't see the point of running more than 2 of these because you only really go into 2. Again, it's a personal preference. Don't kill me for it. I do love its negate effect, but it's for me because it targets. It doesn't come up that often these days, but still, it's a good card. Don't get me wrong. Also, not being destroyed by battle is a great card. 2 Winder. Normally you win con. To be fair, if you go Dragon Link, you just literally make this turn 1 they cry. So yeah, love the fact it locks you into like 1 special summon per turn. We run 1 Water because you literally are, because still, for me personally, I have this thing of like I hate Drytron so much, and this just seems to obviously hurt Drytron so much. So again, really, really useful card in that respect. So I just think it's like any remote duels I play, I always end up playing some kind of against some weird ritual deck. Plus, I can make it with Aerial and all my Paleozoic monsters. So again, it's just something you can do to try and OTK with that. 1 Shikanaga, I feel 1's fine. 1 Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, because you are running 3 copies of Super Poly and Dragon Link is a thing, linking off any of their 2 monsters, or linking off, say, a Red Eyes Dark Dragoon and a Brolid Savage into this, and then having to use Appaloosa to negate 1, negate 2, so they've negated, say they've lost 1600 and you've not even committed your normal summon, just run over the Appaloosa. Enough said. 1 Herald. I like it, it's nice. You have to really play around it because it does banish things, so you do have to play around that aspect of it, but its negate is really good. You get 1 of your Paleozoic, just because you can make it with either Kelios or your Falco with the trap monster, so again it's useful, so you just do that. Then 1 Totally Awesome. Love this card. I have made it a few times in duels. It's just funny. So you make this, they go, okay, fine, annoying, do this. Also, you can send this off Dogmatic Punishment, and it will reset itself in the deck. So again, another useful card if you don't want to use an Apple Clan only at that point in the duel. And then last of all, one Borrelsword Dragon. And my voice decided to go away from me on this point. So yeah, Borrelsword Dragon TK Machine, such a great card. Can't really complain about it. It's won me a load of games. Again, so I would say this deck is pretty budget. I have got a side deck, but I'm not going to reveal it at the moment because I'm still working on a few tweaks here and there. So yeah, hopefully you guys like the video. New map as well. Really budget, actually. It only cost me about £6, so I was really happy with it. So yeah, really good. So yeah. I don't know why, I just prefer the Yugi to the Kaiba one because the Dark Magician looks really cool and little, like, hello, I'll stick my rod in your face. So yeah, hold on, let me just do the finger so it looks cool like that. There you go. Yugi shows the finger. I can balance cards on my finger. Okay, cool. Thank you very much, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I am trying to make these. If you want me to do like a combo tutorial on this, I doubt that anyone really does, but yeah, you know, if you ever feel the need to ask of anything like that, please feel free to ask me. I do have my own Discord now, so my Discord is never taken seriously, so it's a bit of a laugh. But if you ever guys want to hit me up on like there and talk to me about anything and ask me about combos, deck choices, about why I do certain things, you know, please feel free to ask. Okay, thank you very much, guys. Have a good day.